TV, your world TV, your everything.
Comrades power.
Power.
Comrades power.
Power.
Viva.
Viva.
KYO.
Youth for youth.
KYO.
Youth for youth.
Convened here is the election committee for National Kenya Youth Organization, an organization that was formed in 2013 to empower young people in Kenya in matters to do with governance and leadership, socio-economic and political prosperity. The representatives that we have here represent youth, all youths across our nation, all the way from West Pokot, in Nyanza, in Western, in Central regions. And the mission of the National Kenya Youth Organization is to be the leading organization in the country by facilitating opportunities for the young people in the country, regardless of their background, their location, or where they come from. And the membership for the Kenya Youth Organization is open to every youth below 40 years, as long as they are of sound mind, and as long as they have signed the declaration and they abide with the constitution of the organization, and they are below 40 years. So that is it about the National Kenya Youth Organization.
Comrades power.
Power.
Comrades power.
Power.
KYO.
Youth for youth.
KYO.
Youth for youth.
As you've heard from my colleague here, we are gathered here as the Electoral Commission for the National Kenya Youth Organization. And the elective positions are open to every aspirant as far as you are 40 years and below and above 18 years. The criteria for vying is as far as you are in that age coverage and you are a member of KYO Youth Organization. And as she has said, the membership is open to each and everyone, and we are trickling down to the grassroots elections, whereby we will have the county elections to be held on the 19th of July 2025. The sub-county elections will be held on the 26th of July 2025, and the ward level elections for the representatives will be held on the 2nd of August 2025. Viva comrades!
Viva!
Youth for youth. KYO. KYO.
Youth for youth.
Youth for youth.
KYO.
Comrades power.
Power.
So we are here as KYO, and we have to take part in the leadership of this country, and our voices must be heard, and must be heard in good way. We are youths of this nation, and all we have to say is that we have values as a nation, and our civic duty as a people and the youths of this nation is to safeguard that and to exactly preserve them. As youths, we are not very comfortable with how the nation is being run. And recently you saw State House being, a church being erected in State House at a cost of taxpayers' money, 1.2 billion. This country has values and it has a constitution. We are a nation that is secular and so multi-religious. We don't accept leadership that is outside the rule of law. Youth for youth.
KYO.
KYO.
Youth for youth.
Comrades power.
Power.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
KYO wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yes, my name is Kalfa, President Wadhika, a youth leader from Kiambu County, and a member of KYO, and a member of the election committee of the Kenya Youth Organization. Mine will be to speak on the ongoing demonstrations and specifically the Saba Maandamano, which will be happening on Monday. Mine is to urge the security personnel and the persons involved with ensuring security for the demonstrators who will be on the streets demonstrating and representing. Seen the police and the security personnel protecting the goons, not ensuring that businesses are not looted. We've seen them killing innocent Kenyans on the streets who have no hurtful feelings towards other people's businesses. And we wish to say that and demand that if you continue to misbehave, we will be marching to your offices and we will equivocally misbehave with you, and also to urge on the, and also to emphasize on the continued sexual abuse on the streets, like we saw on the 25th demonstrations. It is very sad that on the streets we have women being sexually abused while representing their rights, and there was no police on stage or rather on ground to protect them. We wish to emphasize on that and say that as a woman in Kenya and as a patriotic Kenyan, that should not be taken lightly, otherwise it will not be business as usual. KYO power. Power. KYO youth for youth. Youth for youth. KYO youth for youth. Thank you.
Power. Power. Comrades power. Power. Comrades viva. Viva. KYO youth for youth. KYO. We want to send a message to youths across the country that during this maandamano Saba demonstrations wajitokeze kwa wingi kwa sababu siri ni numbers. We want to tell the government to ensure that there is peace because we are not interested in any anarchy or violence. Sisi tunatokea kuitisha justice kwa sababu umetunyuma justice. In this country imefika mahali we cannot talk, the media cannot do their work. We saw the other day a convoy in Western, they were attacked in a country that is ruled by the rule of law. Comrades power. Power. Tunauliza youth wajitokeze na amani. Police, it is your duty to protect every business, and we as the youths, we have never been interested in any business zenye zinaharibiwa na goons. We want to tell the government it's fully responsibility to protect businesses and to ensure that every business is secure. We want to tell the government to leave the youth of this country to express themselves, to listen to them, and we as the youths, we want responsible governance. Hatutaki serikali ambayo inajenga kanisa kwa State House, kwa nchi ambayo hakuna classes. We don't want a government that is fearing its own children. We want to be recent. We want to be heard. Comrades power. Power. Comrades power. Power. We need comrades to be heard.
Do you have any recommendations to the government or perhaps even to the legislation how to confront the ongoing situation in the country?
To respond on that, as one of the biggest youth organizations in the country, we have so many recommendations on peaceful demonstrations, and the executive, the government at all, must be able to sit down with the youths, because the problems of this country will affect the youth more than the old people. So on our recommendation is that all the problems that are facing this country cannot be sorted out when there is no any mentality. The mentality is we solve all of them, we sit down as the Kenya Youth Organization with the government so that we can be able to solve amicably all the problems affecting this country. Because as the youth, we are not leaders for tomorrow. We are the leaders for today, and we have already shown the government and everybody in this country that we can be able to manage the affairs of this country better than anybody else. So what is more important at this time to avoid crisis in the future, because a crisis is coming if we are, the youth of this country are not involved in managing the affairs of this great country. At this time, that first of all, as a Kenya Youth Organization, we are mourning, and we are mourning. We have lost our members. We lost a member in Embu, who is a member of Kenya Youth Organization. We have lost another one in Eldoret. We have lost, because we have lost so many members of our members, and we are mourning that. But what I'm saying is that ours is peaceful demonstration. So we don't have any other means of agitating for our rights, because we have done peaceful demonstration. It is only that goons are interfering with it. We know that the goons can be from the government or can be from other people, but what we are saying is that to avoid all these crises is that we should be involved in the governance of this country, so that we can be able to come up with the real solutions, because solutions of this country and the crisis that we are getting today cannot be solved through the media, cannot be solved through having new rules and coming up with other things in the parliament, coming up with drafting new bills. No, we are the people who can be able to solve these problems if we are involved and we sit with this government of the. On that is that we have so many organizations in the country, and our members are also in another organization, but as a leading group of youth in this country, what we have done is that we have allowed our youths to take their rights with themselves, because as a Kenyan organization, we are non-governmental, we are independent. We are not in government, we are not in opposition. So we are not taking part in any political side. We are not joining the opposition, we are not joining the government. So what we are just saying is that it is a right, and right must be protected, because the right is not a privilege. So on our side is that we are urging our youth to come out in large numbers and demonstrate, because letters have been sent. I've seen so many of them. They have been signed by the OCS, starting with the Central Police Station. So we are just urging our youths. So as an organization, we have not written to the government, to the OCS, or we have not written to them. But what our members are also members of our organization, and also are citizens of this country. So we are just telling them to come out in large numbers, join the peaceful demonstrators, and demonstrate peacefully. And then the police, they should do their mandate, protect property, protect lives. Protecting lives does not mean they kill youths. No, they should escort the youths to where they need to demonstrate. Because now Kenya, as youths, as Kenyans, we are allowed to demonstrate in this country, across this country. The organization started in mid-March 2023, so we are just 2 years and a half old. And it was formally registered with the as a Minister of Interior and Coordination of Government under the Office of the President of the Republic of Kenya. And we have achieved a lot in the last 2.5 years, more than any other organization across the country. We are planting trees across the country. We have opened offices across the country. We have given sanitary towers. We have done so many trainings on leadership and management. So we have what it takes to do our first elections after being legally registered early last year. So what we have achieved is much. I cannot be able to show you here. It's on our website, our Facebook page. We have achieved a lot. And in these upcoming elections, we are going to make sure that the people, we have today we were setting up the strategies so that we can have the best leaders across the country. We are so much interested with the leaders, not politicians, so that we can be able to take Kenya Youth Organization in the next 3 years, so that we can do more on leadership, on agitating for youth to be in government, everything concerning that we are able to do. We shall be able to do in the next 3 years. So we shall be we faced some problem last election because we never trained our youths. So after this election, we are going to take 1 or 2 weeks to train all the youth that will be elected across the country, to train them on leadership, administration, and management across the board, so that we also we issue them with certificates on leadership, administration, and management, so that by the end of the day, all of them will be able to comply with the regulations and the constitution of this organization, and also they will be able to comply with any other law that is set, and they will be able to know their rights and the limitation that is there.
Maybe what can you talk about that? Because kumekuwa na mchanganyiko, tuna new leadership, tena inakaa kama new leadership, na sijajua mnakumbuka mkitumia sheria gani. Hadi sasa hizi warida anasema yeye ndio president wa KYO, there was a former president who was elected. We have seen John Ababu, who is currently saying that he's the president of KYO. So can you tell us more about that?
Asante sana. That is a challenge that we got, and we thank God because now we are approaching the elections starting from this month 19th. What we have done, and we have agreed formally with this committee, because this is the committee that will be chairing all the elections, will be conducting all the elections across the country. What we have agreed is that we have amicably removed the national positions from being elective and turned them to be appointments, so that we can bring in professionals. We vet professionals. It's a challenge that has caused the organization, starting with what happened at during the launch. But it cannot, because now we have everything now is accountable, and now we are legally everything that we are doing is legally mandated to do. What we shall do is that we shall conduct our election on 19th of this month, as July 2025, at the county level. Then we have the election at the sub-county level happening on 26th of July 2025. Then we complete the elective positions with the ward elections on 2nd of August this year 2025. Then after that one, we shall only take 3 weeks. We shall be able to vet now, to advertise competitive positions, 8 of them at the national level. We shall be able to do the interview here in Nairobi, and this is the team that will be able to do the interviews. So at the national level, there is no elective position, to avoid all that, because we want to bring in professionals, not mere politicians.
As the election committee for the National Kenya Youth Organization, which is one of the biggest and the leading youth organization in the country, Kenya Youth Organization, it is a movement that was formed in 2013 to empower young people in Kenya in matters to do with governance and leadership, socio-economic and political prosperity. The committee that you are seeing here represents youths across our nation, all the way from West Pokot, from Nyanza, from Western, and from Central regions. And it also represents young people all the way from the national level to the grassroots level. The Kenya Youth Organization membership is open to all youths below 40 years as long as they are of sound mind and they are bound to the constitution that is laid down by the organization. That is it about the Kenya Youth Organization, and thank you so much.